Hello, my name is Jaden Keelan. I've known Jesus my whole life, and I kind of stepped away from him, and I was going down a bad road. You know, my marriage, my relationship with God was going down. I kind of had a second season with him about 6-7 months ago, and I just wanted to be stronger with him and be a stronger man and a family man and a husband. Just been trying to follow him better.
Hello, my name is Parker, and today is my birthday and I'm 11 years old. I went to church my full life with my parents.
Hi, my name's Theolina Whaley, and I came to know Jesus when I was just a little girl. We had a church that was up the road from my house, and even as a little girl, I would sneak out of the house and run off to that church, try to be there every day. I joined the choir, and I've always felt a bigger presence in my life. I moved in with my dad about 12 years old, and I would go to youth groups. I would try to go every single day whenever they were open. I was always there, and it was a great place to be. I always felt like it was God that was there and was guiding me through those moments in my life. And even I lost sight of him a couple years ago. I was going through a lot of different things, a lot of different emotions, and didn't know which way to go. And even through those moments, he was guiding me through, and I was blinded to it, and I didn't notice it until I started coming here in August. I feel that relationship with him all over again. He's blessed me so much in the past 6 months alone that it's proof. It's proof that he's there, he's alive, he exists, and that's enough for me.
Hi, my name is Ashley Sampson. How I came to know Jesus is be going in and out of church. I've always loved to go to church. I love the gospel music, spending time with people at church, like a second family. So I like it here. It feels like home.
Hello, my name is Elisa Massey. My grandparents taught me about Jesus when I was a little kid, and I was actually baptized then at their church. I was sure that I knew what that meant and that I would never lose my way, and life got a little complicated for a while after that, and I didn't seek Jesus my entire adult life until relatively recently, a couple years ago. I woke up one day and I said, we're going to church. And me and Axel, we found a church service to go to, and we went to church, and I learned really what the love of Jesus means here. Shortly after, my husband Miles joined me, which makes this even more special. You know, I've seen my son learn about Jesus, and something that I'm very proud of, witnessing him build relationships here. And I feel like being baptized is kind of a monumental moment for me and my family, and just kind of a mark in time that everything from here, and I'll even say from the last year or two forward, I mean, just the entire trajectory of our family has changed, us coming to know Jesus together.
Hi, my name's Miles Massey, and I came to know Jesus. I felt like when I was young, I knew him, and then when I got older, I was just like partying and having fun, and it was not there anymore. And then there's been so many times where I'm like, there was Jesus there, but I'm like gonna ignore ignore it and just be like, no, that wasn't Jesus, dude. I'm fine. Then about 2 years ago, my wife started coming to New Life, and I refused to go. I was like, it's a Sunday, like I partied all night Saturday, like not gonna go. And I came and I was like, wow, like I actually like this place. These people are nice. Everyone here is cool. Like I'll come next Sunday. So I came next Sunday, and then I think I've been coming ever since.
Hello, my name is Megan Shaw, and I actually came to know Jesus at a fairly young age. My family was involved in a pretty small church, and we were very, very involved. Like to the point where we were running around on Saturday, setting up, getting in trouble. My parents did split up, and so the family just kind of slowly stopped going, and life kept going. Later on in life, I found out me and my husband were expecting a baby, and pregnancy went great. I just had some very hard postpartum anxiety. One day, we were driving home from the grocery store, and I don't know if you've ever driven with a newborn in the car, but they really hate when the car stops. And we had stopped at a red light, and so she was screaming, and I could just feel myself getting more anxious. And so I turned up the music, and the song The Voice of Truth by Casting Crowns came on, which was a song that I listened to when we went to church when I was little. And I just felt a sense of peace and a sense of calming. I was able to carry on and drive home. And then after that, I just started playing worship music and listening to worship music all around our house. And honestly, that really started my hunger for Jesus. I had asked my grandma what kind of Bible I should get, and she told me an NIV, which she actually ended up gifting it to me because at that point, I had only read a children's Bible. I really started to get into the Word and spend time in prayer with Jesus. And then I decided I needed more. And so I started coming to NLC, and everybody here has been really great and welcoming with my walk with Christ. Then a few months later, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior with the help of Pastor Brent. Ever since that day, the weight of my anxiety has truly been lifted, and I feel like Jesus has really set me free.
My name's Jen Porter. I can't really remember a time I didn't know about Jesus. When I was really little, I went to Sunday school. I went to Christian school until I was in 8th grade. Because of what I learned when I was a child, I never doubted that God was real. I always believed in Jesus. I just never had a personal relationship with him. As I got older, I would compare myself to other Christians, and I just felt like I could never have what they have. I didn't feel close to God, and by the time I was an adult, I didn't even think about him on a daily basis. Last year, our oldest daughter, Megan, let us know that she was going to church and said we should come. My first service at NLC was February 9th, 2025, and I knew that day that I was going to find what I had been missing for all those years. I recommitted my life to Christ. I signed up for my first ever life group. I met the most incredible, encouraging group of ladies that spring that showed me that what I had thought was so unattainable wasn't, that Jesus had always been waiting for me to have that relationship, and I just needed to seek him. So that's what I've been doing ever since, just pursuing Jesus. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Shannon Webster. I came to know Jesus here at New Life. I did not grow up going to church. I was baptized as a baby through the Catholic Church. I have no memories of attending. My parents divorced when I was 2 years old, and I had no desire to proceed with the Catholic Church even as I grew up. My best friend asked me to come to church with her back in May, and I loved it. I felt at home, and I could be me and dress the way I want to dress and just totally be myself. I feel like I'm a different person. Like, it's almost like a lot of weight has lifted off. I don't feel as much hate in my heart because I can get angry, but I keep it bottled up. You know, I mean, I still have stressors in life like everybody else. And now I'm learning to pray over those stressors. And it's been helpful. Still brings tears to my eyes sometimes, and but I can get through it. And talking with my best friend about it, it also helps. And it's just, life just feels easier. I feel like the weight's just lifted off a little bit and I feel a little bit more relaxed. And so, yeah.
Need to do it and want to do it to fully let God, be with God and have Him guide me. It makes me a better man, a better husband, just a better person.
Committing myself to Jesus and loving Him with my whole heart.
I'm breaking all of those chains. I'm getting closer to God, closer to Jesus, and just feeling that freedom and allowing me the space to be who I am and be who I am for Jesus and God.
It means to me being baptized is starting a new journey with Jesus, having all my sins cleaned, and just starting a new journey. So I'm looking really forward to it.
It's a celebration being baptized today. My entire family has come to know Jesus, and we're publicly declaring that we are a family for Jesus.
I just want to wash away all my bad sins, all the bad things I've done, and start new, feel fresh, and to have my sins be forgiven.
Now as an adult, I feel like I have a deeper and way more meaningful relationship with Christ. And I really want to honor that and just be rebaptized. Not only do I think being rebaptized is walking in obedience, but I think it's a way of me to recognize all the works that Jesus has truly done in my life. Not only when I was walking in obedience and chasing after Him, but also when I was walking in rebellion. He just kept chasing after me and calling me back.
When I walked through those doors, it changed my life. I'm no longer the person that doesn't feel worthy of a relationship with Jesus. And it's just the next step in following Him and obeying Him. I'm excited.
At first I wanted to say renewing my faith. I don't think it's renewing. It's like this is new for me. It's brand new. Learning more and accepting Him into my life, and it's going to be an emotional day.